Hello, hello, hello. Excuse me. But yes, I want to thank you all for tuning in. And I have a special episode for you all today. And we're going to be talking about some of the best wisdom that I heard older women teach younger women. Yes, this is long overdue. And whenever I hear a woman saying something that I totally agree with, though, and it just speaks so much volumes to my spirit, I have to go and speak on it, and I wanted to go and talk about it on the show. So the first clip that we're going to talk about is Judge Lynn Taylor. I always did have a thing for her, even when I was younger, but she's saying something that I never ever even heard a woman say before, and then I'm gonna let her say it, and then we're gonna get into it, and I'm gonna give my commentary about it. Let me start. Make sure I got it started over.
My mother told me, she said, you never hit a man where he's weak. Never. It could be true, it could be real, but you don't hit him where he's weak because it'll turn around on you. You can get him to do what you need him to do, but you never hit a man where he's weak because they never forget it. It lives with them. And so I know what his weaknesses are. He don't know I know they're there. Because I don't mention them, don't talk about them, and I talk about my weaknesses all day long.
Man, yeah. So I definitely respect that. So that says a lot. Let me go show her why I talk about this again.
I know what.
So that shows that she has a certain amount of respect for her man, where she would not even cross that line to make him feel insecure. So she would just keep certain things to herself. And it shows that she has a certain amount of self control. So I've been in relationships with women that when they're upset, they'll say any and everything. And what Judge Lynn Taylor is saying is true. We never forget. We might not ever bring it up again, but we never forgot what you said when you was upset. So the best kind of woman is the kind of woman that when she's upset, she just leaves because she has so much respect for you. She don't want to say nothing that she know that she can't take back. So she would rather just leave. So I actually have had a few relationships, or I even just dealt with women that they actually just leave when they're upset, versus the ones that have very little emotional self control, very little emotional stability. They would say anything when they're upset, and then they want you to give them a pass just because they're a woman. So yeah, so this is what I like to see. I like to see more women speaking like this, giving women extra insight that most women need, especially nowadays, because she has a certain amount of respect for her man, and she don't want to cross that line. So man, y'all, so I cannot praise her enough for this message, and I'm so glad that she actually shared it, and I want to share it with you all too. All right, so that's the first clip. So yeah, so definitely, so I never heard a woman say this before, but I know it's a difference between pretty much training the older women versus the younger women. So this is a perfect example. So I noticed that even when I talk to the older women about certain things, they know what I'm saying is true, even though they, don't want to hear it, but but they do acknowledge what I'm saying is true, and it's actually, for them to help them be better. Versus, I have noticed that talking to the younger women, they don't have no type of clue. So that's one thing that I have noticed. I'm not seeing all, but I'm seeing a good amount or most of them. And this is the second clip we're going to talk about. And
But you know what keeps a man?
so once again, so let me go start this over. She's also nice on the eyes too. I like her eyebrows.
Looks is gonna get the man. But you know what keeps a man? Respect. Bitches is always talking about why her and not me. because she respects his shit. Because even when they have a heated debate or they're arguing, she has boundaries. The last thing a man wants to feel like is he's being.
So basically, she's saying the same thing that the other lady said to a certain degree. She has a certain amount of boundaries that she refused to cross because she respects her man. And that's the other thing that I noticed too, especially now when it comes down to relationships. A lot of times, the problem that we have is if people aren't having respect for one another. They're not being treating each other with a certain amount of respect, a certain amount of decency. Let me finish playing this.
Emasculated and disrespected by the woman he's supposed to love.
And then I done seen this so many times too, but it was women that I was dealing with that say, well, why are you talking to her and not talking to me? Well, that's one of the reasons right there. That this woman has respect. She has more skills. She actually adds value to my life versus you just thinking that you're cuter. So a lot of women have that twisted. So I definitely agree with everything that she's saying. And this is also something else that I love to see when I see women giving wisdom to other women and telling the truth. Now we're getting into our last clip for the evening.
Selling y'all ebooks, telling y'all how to become wig influencers, and you need to do this, and that's what you got to pay me to find out what this, and this is. They're scamming you.
Courses are a scam, and you know what? I can see why people think so, because people buy into a lifestyle. When you go to someone's page and they show you that they live in bed, they show you cars, houses, trips.
Speaking of this, though, this is one thing that I was thinking about, though. Even though, I mean, she looked good to me, the model, April Mason. I think about her and also what's the other lady, Stormy, and how they had like this type of event where they pretty much charged the women $5,000 just to go to this game, and then the women would be around men with money, and then they can get one of those men. And then the part that I see is if okay, just being in the room with the man doesn't mean nothing. If you don't have the look and you don't have the attitude and you don't know what the men want, it's pointless by you even being in the room with them. But so yeah, so definitely it's so much money in line to women.
Vacations, whatever. That's what most people buy into. Instead of learning about what this person has to offer, you're buying into their lifestyle.
If you have a business and you're trying to scale it, be careful with some of these courses you buy. Back in 2020, I paid like $99 out of my STEMI check for this course. This is the official business page on Facebook, but once you buy the course, you get your links or whatever. They show you how to set up Shopify. It's a very basic setup. There's no customization whatsoever. Then they
So yeah, so what people need to do is spend money on is paying an actual coach. So people need something that's customized just for them.
put you into a group. Now you thinking, okay, well, once I'm in this group, I'm going to get all these other tips and tricks. No, it was just a bunch of other people who had bought the course that were confused as well.
So yeah, so basically you just pay for a cookie cutter course when you actually needed something and needed somebody to go and pretty much tailor make a solution fit for you to help you shorten the learning curve.
Then there came a point where they started peddling a VIP group where they told even more secrets. And it's like, what?
We just saw a whole TikTok thread of Black women complaining about the women's empowerment
Yeah, so that's my guy right there, the media man. He be saying a whole bunch of real stuff.
videos.
What is the biggest scam? And they said women empowerment events that's being put on by wealthy mean girls. Oh my God, that hit me in a different place. Want me to tell you why? Because that's the truth.
Guys, I'm so scared of those women that have empowerment brunches for like $35. And the gift bag is always like a manifestation affirmation journal. I'm like so.
Yeah, and once again, that's the other thing, manifestation. Yeah, so everything's about, yeah, I said you can believe and say this and manifest that, but if you're not putting in the work and you don't have the skill You can't manifest nothing. That's just like a bullshit term that women say to BS other women.
So scared of them because they're like salespeople, but they're like really mean in person. And then they always talk about like bossing up and being a millionaire. But like, isn't this
And then once again, that term bossing up,
brunch the
men don't. Men don't want boss women.
reason why you're a millionaire, you know? Me, your customer.
Yes, a shout out to all these ladies and their insight. So, ladies, so that's what I like to see. We need more women that's gonna tell you the truth so you don't make the same mistake that they made. So you can learn from their lessons. So Aisha, also I hope you all enjoy the show. And it's summertime. And if you all are looking for a way to get your health in order, you need to finally to get your eating habits in order so you can have that curvier waistline. You can go and fill out my application in the description and I'll reach out to you to help you out. So once again, I got my fitness program that's made for the women. It can help you get your look in order to help you get the kind of man that you want, and especially be able to keep the man. That's the main part, ladies. Can you keep the kind of man that you want? And I see you all next time. And like, share, and subscribe.